And we're back. Episode, 8 of the Chase Mair Show? We're doing something very special today. You know, I've interviewed a lot of people on this show, and now you guys are going to interview me. That's right. You're talking to me right now. I asked you guys to send me some questions, and we're going to answer a bunch of questions for Chase. You could say this is the Ask Chase episode. You could say that. I'm not going to. I'll come up with a more creative title, but this is I don't know. You could tell your friends that this is what the episode's about. It's me talking in my room, all alone, to you, the people. Kind of like a fireside chat type deal, you know. Because if we think about it, I'm like the president of podcasting. I'm very professional. I totally did this one because I wanted to, not because things fell through for me. I got all these questions on my phone, and we're gonna read through them, submitted by you, the people. This is gonna be the worst episode I've ever done. All right, question number 1: Asking Chase a question. Dear Chase, what is the best drink option at the IKEA cafe? The lingonberry drink. Like, that's the only option, right? I mean, I don't even know what a lingonberry is. Have you ever seen a lingonberry outside of an IKEA? I don't think I've ever seen one. Like, do they grow them here? Is this just like a Swedish thing? So yeah, it's the lingonberry drink, because I gotta figure that out. I gotta figure out what a lingonberry is. The next question. Dear Chase, how much do you tip your landlord usually? Do you tip extra on holidays? Well, that's a very good question. Now, personally, I usually go for 20%. It's been tough. Property taxes are going up. There's such a big social stigma with being a landlord right now. It's just, I gotta help out any way I can. So 20% is my default, but when it comes Christmas time, I get it, right? It's tough. It's tough for everyone. I usually do 25, maybe 30 if I'm doing really well. I support my landlords. I'm a big fan of what they do and what they provide to the community. What a great question. Let's see what else people have. I see we got a lengthy one here. How do you make money? I haven't had a job in 9 months. I owe so much money to the government, and I can't seem to get an interview. What do I do? Great question. So what I recommend you do is you have to spend money to make money here. You have to spend a lot of cash, a lot of moolah, as they say. So I recommend dropping about, I don't know, $300, $500 and getting yourself a mixer and a couple microphones. And get yourself a subscription to a podcast service. You know, I think the easiest way to make money in this economy is to start a podcast, right? Like, I used to be a very broke guy. I had negative amounts of money in my bank account and started this podcast, and I thought to myself, there's no way I'm getting rich off of this. I'm actually in a mansion right now. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, start a podcast. You'll be rich before you know it. Don't ever get a real job. You don't need a real job. Let's see. What is the funniest thing you've laughed at, but you felt bad for laughing at it? I don't know. It's kind of revealing. I don't know. I think it'd be bad if I disclosed horrible things I've laughed at. I've never laughed at anything horrible during the show. Probably. I think I've laughed at that a few times. I'm never getting a job after this. Dear Chase, what's your favorite Transformer? I'm a big fan of Optimus Prime. I think he's pretty cool. He's a big old truck. You know, he's the good guy. He saves the world from the Decepticons. He saves the day pretty constantly. You know, I think we all could be a little bit more like Optimus Prime. I think about him every night when I go to sleep. I think about what I do for a living, what I do in my days, and I think, what would Optimus Prime do? And what would Optimus Prime think about what I'm doing right now? I don't know if he would be proud of me, but he certainly would have an opinion. So yeah, I really like Optimus Prime. This is the worst fucking episode I've ever done. Why did I think this was a good idea? Here's a question. Dear Chase, does it hurt to be so handsome and successful? Yeah, a lot, actually. People really underestimate the struggles of being hot and rich and young and attractive and very successful, and of course being an entertainer, right? I mean, like, the goings are tough. It's really hard to be me. I don't know, but like the perks I think are they outweigh the negatives. I mean, sure, people throw things at you, they insult you, they call you a loser, they stop talking to you because, you know, you don't have a real job, you do nothing but just talk into microphones all the time. But they're wrong, they're stupid. And as a podcaster, I just think we should do better as a society, because there's nothing harder than being me, a podcaster. Here's a good question. Your favorite Smosh member? See, I've flip-flopped on this for years. You know, I was an Ian stan. I owned all the Ian merchandise. I always rooted for him in Food Battle. Eventually, I realized, you know, Anthony does just make more sense. He's the more rational character. As you grow up watching Smosh, you eventually realize that, yeah, Ian is often childish. He's often wrong. Of course, I'm talking about his comedic personality. Anthony is just always the voice of reason. You know, he's the smart one. He often pushes the Smosh plots forward. He really adds a lot of nuance to the formula that you don't just get through Ian. So yeah, I mean, I'm an adult, so obviously Anthony. He's the guy. He's the guy I always root for. Here's one. It just says, I don't have a question. I just watched Battle Royale and it was awesome. Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty good movie. I remember when I was younger, I don't know, like 13, I thought that the Hunger Games was a cool like idea, you know? Because I was just really interested in the death game concept, you know? For some reason, like, when I was 13, the idea of taking a bunch of, like, school-aged children and throwing them in a death game was, like, a cool idea. I don't know. And then I eventually stumbled across Battle Royale. I watched it, and it just kind of blew my mind. And I thought, like, this is what I just wanted the Hunger Games to be. I didn't want any romance subplots. I didn't want not very subtle political commentary. I just really wanted to watch young people kill each other violently with like knives and stuff. Battle Royale, it's a cool movie. Don't ever text me or send me a question again if you don't actually have a question though. I don't appreciate being jerked around like this. This one's just rude. It just says, "Dear Chase, how many blowjobs behind the IHOP dumpster does it take to become a guest?" Now, first of all, I'm honestly offended by that question. Exchanging sexual favors just to be on my show? No, that's unethical. It's gross. It's icky, and I don't like it. The only job-related thing I care about in regards to the show is if you were to offer me a job, you can come on the show. If you're willing to pay me, give me some cash, write me a check, you can come on the show. But I'm not touching you. You're not touching me. We're not doing fellatio or anything related to fellatio. And also, I'm more of a Denny's guy. Dear Chase, I've been chatting up women as of late. Every time I think it's going well, they keep on ghosting me after I send them a picture of my dick. Why aren't there any good women left? I mean, I have a couple suggestions. Maybe do everything differently. I don't know. You can't just like you can't just like open. I mean, like you can't just like show them your cock, right? That's not just acceptable. I mean, like you wouldn't do that at a job interview, right? You wouldn't be like halfway through the interview going around waving your wiener around like it's nobody's business. You be respectful, you know. You get the job, and if they ask, you'd show it to them. And it's no different with these hypothetical women that you're talking to. I personally don't think you should be blaming them for this. Like, I don't want to be rude. You know, you're a fan. It's a good question. Maybe it's your fault. Actually, I think it is just like your fault. Don't be weird. That's my advice. Keep your pants on if you are meeting with a woman for the first time, or not even just a woman. Just if you're meeting with anyone for the first time, regardless of the context, keep your pants on. That's what I recommend. This isn't even a question. Somebody just sent me a picture of Terry A. Davis. If you don't know about Terry A. Davis, he was a deeply, deeply troubled man. It's a little insensitive, I think, to just make light of this man who is very ill in the head. A very talented man, mind you. But look, all I'm saying is he was a schizophrenic man who streamed on the internet all the time, said a litany of horrible things, including awful things towards the CIA. I can't abide by that. Also, that's not a question. That's literally just a photo of his face. We got another question. What are your thoughts on circumcision? Oh boy, let me tell you. I'm gonna get a little TMI here and say that yes, I was robbed when I was a child. I'll never be able to feel the same ways, the same sensations, the same feelings that people with foreskin will ever feel. I will never be able to experience having a sheath around my metaphorical sword. Any activities I do in my own personal time with myself or with a loving partner would not be as pleasurable. I am deeply upset with that. I'm really, really holding back, just like yelling into my microphone right now, but I'm a professional, so I won't. I feel like I'm a victim here. There is nothing more evil in this world than circumcision. I'm going to make that very clear. It doesn't matter if it's for a medical reason, for a religious reason, for funsies. You know, all I'm going to say, whoever invented circumcision, if they're not dead already, I think they deserve to die. Obviously, they need to live out their lives in full. They need to reflect on what they've done. They need to understand the consequences of their actions. They've ruined my life. They've ruined millions of other lives. And I don't know what to do. Should I go to the government for reparations? Should I be marching on the streets? Should I like change a bunch of articles on a wiki or something? Like, I don't know. Now I'm upset. Time for commercials. Today's episode of the Chase Mair Show is sponsored by me, Chase Mair. Did you know that every 30 seconds, a podcaster starves to death? Now, I don't know about you, but that's a fate I want to avoid. That's why you should subscribe to the show. You should share it with your friends. If you're on YouTube, I don't know, leave a comment. Like the video. I'm so hungry. We're back. We're gonna do more questions from the audience. We're gonna do more audience questions, and we're gonna learn a little bit more about me and my character. That's the bit. So, like, I just got left a whole bunch of messages on my phone. I don't know, like, what's going on with that, because it's not like I put my phone number on the internet. But let's see what they got. Let's see what's in store for me. So this is the first one.
Long-time listener to other podcasts, first-time caller. Linger by the Cranberries. Does it need a harmonica? I feel like it needs a harmonica.
I don't think I'm familiar with Linger by the Cranberries. Actually, let's listen to it right now. I'm gonna listen to it, and we'll determine right now, live on the show, whether or not it needs a harmonica. That was a good song, very nice song, and I'm happy with it being itself. It should do its own thing. It shouldn't have to put a harmonica in. I don't think they need that. I think it's good and nice the way the artist intended it. Here's another voicemail.
Hey Chase, long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm calling because I have a grievance with my friends, and you seem like a guy who gets along well with his friends. I guess my real grievance isn't with my buddies. They're just being cautious. I have a problem with Edgar Allan Poe. I have this sweet cask of Amontillado and some unfinished walls in my basement, but nobody wants to come hang out with me because they think that I'm going to trap him inside of a wall with a cask of Amontillado. Can you help me sort out my feelings towards Edgar Allan Poe, and are my friends in the wrong for not trusting me on this one?
I don't know. I feel as if there might be like a grander reason for why they don't trust you in the basement. I mean, I don't doubt that like Poe is a factor in this equation. It's just I think it's like mostly probably what's going on with you, not really Poe himself. What I would recommend doing is you should finish your basement. That's what you should do. And I think the friends will come. The friends will come when you finish your basement.
Hey Chase, not a fan, not a caller. I'm just in the computer. I came here to say the Björkstalker. I kind of get it. Like, I'm not saying he was right, but I get it. You know, like he's got a point. You gotta admit, he's got a point. Look at her. All right, thanks for having me. Bye.
Well, Ricardo Lopez, I don't think he was a very good man. I mean, I think that's kind of obvious. He mailed like a bomb to Bjork, and I don't think that's right. I will say, Bjork seems like a very nice person. She's a little silly. She makes really good music. Would I understand someone's kind of parasocial infatuation with Bjork? I mean, sure. I really like that video where she talks about televisions. She describes the inside of a TV. Here's the thing. I feel like we could acknowledge the fact that, yeah, I mean, you can understand why somebody would be infatuated with the Bjork character, if you will. His execution needed some work. In the sense that maybe don't mail a bomb to someone. I'm not a lawyer. This isn't legal advice, but if you want someone to love you, especially a celebrity, maybe don't mail them bombs. Another how many fucking messages did this guy leave?
My parents called me scraggly. I love them. They're good people. They do charity, and they always have time for me. They always take care of me, and they're so good. They pick out the best Christmas gifts. But part of me still hates them for naming me scraggly. What? Is it okay to hate my parents a little bit for naming me scraggly? Every time I go to a job interview, people are like, "What's your real name?" Scraggly is a nickname. We can't hire you if your name is Scraggly. And then I show them my passport and birth certificate and driver's license and forklift license and health card, and they all say Scraggly Jones. And I have to explain to them that my parents aren't like crazy people. They're good people. But they named me Scraggly. Am I allowed to be mad at them? Is that okay?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think you deserve to be pissed. Scraggly Jones, if you're listening to this, I don't know if there's any recovery for you outside of, say, a name change. I mean, I don't know, like, how attached you are to the name Scraggly Jones. I mean, obviously, it's brought you a great deal of pain over the years. I don't think there's much recourse for you in this one unless you change your name. So, great idea to change your name. Do that.
Hey, this is my first time calling into the show. I recently went to the pet store, and they had lizards that weren't green. What's up with that? I thought all the lizards were green.
Actually, like I think you can find lizards in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors. I think that's what makes lizards fun, is that you can find, say, a blue lizard or a red lizard or, I don't know, like a purple lizard. I think that really is the magic of the lizard animal family, is that you never know what color you're going to get. They're not just green. They could be anything. A lot of brown lizards, a lot of other lizards. The deal with it, they're lizards.
Hey, long-time skeleton, first-time reanimated skeleton. I just got raised from the dead, and then the necromancer who reanimated me died? I'm just kind of wondering, what do I do now?
That's a good question. If you like don't have any like direction, I don't know. Like you could do a lot. Like I don't know how articulate your bones are, but maybe you could learn an instrument. You could write a play. I feel like cuz like you don't like you're a skeleton, right? Like you don't have to pay for food. I guess like you might need like a place to stay or like gas or something, but I would say like you have the opportunity to pursue creative endeavors, and you should take that because a lot of us take that to the grave. You shouldn't take it back to the grave if that's what happens to you. I don't know how this works. Like, can you die again if somebody buries you? Do you like not be reanimated? Are all your bones like sentient things? I don't know how that works.
Hey, long-time viewer, first-time caller. I'm playing Mass Effect. I'm trying to do the side quest Keepers Finder. I think I found every single one of them, but I can't find all of them in the market area. Do you know where it is?
I don't. Sorry. I'd recommend maybe looking up like a walkthrough. I don't know, go on IGN or like Game Facts or something. Heard they got good guides. Don't do that. Don't ask me. Sorry. Don't ask me for video game advice. Cause I'm not a gamer. I'm a podcaster.
Hey, long-time viewer, first-time caller. I'm gonna bomb the. Any tips? It's not like a terrorism thing. It's a heritage thing.
Don't.
Long-time caller, first-time viewer. What's Ulysses about?
What is Ulysses about? Once again, like I don't know, maybe you should try Googling something instead of leaving me like 40 voice messages on my phone. How did you get my phone number? You're claiming to be all these different people, but I just know you're the same guy. You have the same voice. What is this? What's going on? Like, no, I don't know what Ulysses is about. Is it about a guy who just keeps on getting phone calls? Is that it? Is it about a guy with a filled voicemail inbox? It's about a guy who just can't catch a break when it comes to that kind of thing? Is it? I don't have any more viewer questions. Tune in next week or 2 weeks from now. Haven't decided if I want to make the show bi-weekly or not. We'll probably have a guest, unlike this week, who the guest was obviously me because I was being interviewed. Stay tuned for whatever we got going on. Follow me on TikTok at che_nation. Follow me on Instagram at deadbeat.cinema. Follow me on YouTube at Deadbeat Cinema, and I have another channel, the Chase Mair Show. Very important that very important that you like and subscribe to both those channels. And yeah, I don't know. Outro.